And one of the things that I like to do in my exercises, I mean, I always give them some exercise that sets a direction, okay? Including, you know, what are they curious to learn to do during, you know, their time together with respect to their skills and capabilities, you know, things like that. And it starts in the past, connects to the present, and then it moves in and through the future. Yeah. And which I think is really important because it's a longer span of time. Okay. And I think really very, very carefully about the sequence of the questions that I ask so that one is built upon the other. And the other process, which the people who've been with me also know, is that because of the way that the conscious and unconscious operate, okay, that once a question is asked, okay, and the person gives a response, okay, or an answer, if you will, okay, I tend to call them responses, okay, is that before the brain will, this based on research too, the brain will process, I think it's 30, what let's say a minimum of 30 items at the unconscious level, okay, but then people answer as if there's only one answer. So I always do this. I have them paste back whatever answer the person gives as the first choice, and then they paste that and they ask, and what else? So that, because there's always more. Okay. And so that actually builds a very powerful presupposition that there's always more. Okay. Number one. And that and it's a pattern. I mean, it's a pattern of pacing back and future pacing. Because when you go, and what else? That's a future pacing. Okay. And it's an example of what you've been learning here, the infinity strategy. Yeah. And pretty soon the brain gets the pattern, and people will give 3 examples, 4 examples, even before I say, and what else? Yeah. So it's really interesting. The purpose for that is to, in the beginning, to set a direction so that, because people can't pay attention to everything. Okay. And the way the conscious mind operates is that typically people can only pay attention to one thought at a time. So through that process, which I call setting a direction to integrate and implement your learnings, okay, is that people choose what they want to pay attention to. Yeah. And I think that's really important. You know, the kinds of things they want to notice. Yeah. So that kind of is in a nutshell language. Yeah.